Okay, we all know my camera, my videoing abilities, so they suck. And yes, I'm doing this from my phone because, well, that's what I got. Um, I wanted to share the joy of the lessons I'm learning through planting my corn. So let's look at my corn first because this is a big deal to me. This is a big deal because in trying to jump into this gardening, farming adventure, I'm going to be real with you. My first couple attempts at growing corn, I was so into this food forestry movement or all of these different people's perspectives on, doing it the natural way and planting, and I just didn't get all the information, and I was so full of excitement and enthusiasm, I just went and did it. And so in the risk of sounding stupid, which I do that plenty of times a day, I just threw the corn. I just threw the corn seed thinking that it would somehow grab a hold of the nutrients it needed to grow, because I was like, in nature, it would just fall, right? Yeah, in nature, it does fall. And I'll tell you what, not a lot of corn grows. What I noticed, though, is the corn that the squirrels on my property and the mice on my property would store away for later, they would bury it, and those corn grew. I had these little random areas of corn growing, and I'm like, I didn't plant that. Interesting. Well, a dog dummy, Adam, there is rules for every seed. There's rules for every seed. A corn seed needs to be buried at 2 to 4 inches, and it needs to be covered, and you need to water it. And then it's going to do the rest. Miraculously, a power above your own, God created it that way. There are rules. And just throwing the corn seed out is not going to work. Trust me, I did it 3 years in a row. Not proud of that. However, I can see now, till the soil, plant your seed, and water it, and the Lord will take care of the rest. How does this apply in our lives? I'll tell you how it applies to me. When I first moved here in 1995, here to St. George, Utah, I was new in town, and I can't tell you how many wonderful people extended the hand of friendship in the efforts of a smile in a hallway, in words of an introduction, of introducing themselves, inviting me to activities and to eat lunch with them. Yes, it was impactful to me. From that moment on, Adam Quinn associated St. George, Utah with friendliness. That people smile at each other when we drive around. That people actually introduce themselves. And yeah, they might take... We got a lot of talkers up in this town, and I've turned into one of them myself. So I'm no shade, because if you know me, we might talk for a little bit. Even though we both don't want to, because you want to get stuff done. We've all turned into talkers. Long story short, that culture here in St. George is ours. That's ours. We are friendly people. We will smile at you. We will say hello. We will introduce ourselves in awkward moments in between sets at the gym. Yes, it's okay. And it's one of those things where I've noticed that it's a rule. If you are kind to people, they're kind back. And for a 16-year-old boy from Southern California, literally a handful of kids of color at a high school, what a blessing that was to have a bunch of friendly, wonderful, well-raised children to greet me, to introduce me, it was impactful, to say the least. To this day, I try to be friendly because I know what that feels like. And I challenge you, yes, you, watching this video with my t-shirt, which should be on my body, but it's friggin' hot out here and I'm bald. So the sweat just pours down my face. So I have it tied around my head. I challenge you to be friendly, to smile at somebody new, to introduce yourself to somebody and see what grows. Make it a great day!